Joseph Hunt versus David Boucher here. Mono red up top, Joseph down below. Players are ready to go. And a nice start and nice records for these players at 9-2.
Yeah, this is where you got to go. You know, I think that the first turn perhaps is the most important turn of the game in this matchup, where, you know, being on the player draw is really big. Do you have a Land of Elves? Did it live? And if for the red player, can you kill the Land of Elves? Can you get the aggro creatures on? This is a phenomenal start.
So then a great follow-up as well. Azure Beastbinder as well as Llanowar Elf number 2. Wonder what kind of Llanowar Elves those are.
I'm not sure.
They look pretty cool. Lightning Strike comes down, gets rid of the beast.
Yeah, so if Joseph untaps here into an Ouroboros, like Ouroboros 1-drop here would almost end the game.
Is that a reason to not Lightning Strike that Beastbinder?
It's tough because the thing is, this is what I was saying about how these first few turns mattering so much.
Yeah.
Is that the pressure, you can't just not attack with your lizard and say go reactively as the mono red deck.
I mean, you could just attack into it and still accept dealing 1 damage instead of 2.
Fair, but then are you leaving up 2 mana for strike and not developing your board? It's so hard to do, you know.
I don't know. I'd be playing a fear of missing out, discarding a VV.
Oh, we know, Corey.
Double Burst Lightning, Ouroboros is dead. That is huge. That is 100% huge. Getting that off the battlefield. Bastronaut coming in. Speed 1. Coming in. It's about to be speed 2.
Still a tough exchange, though. You
Yeah.
know, the board got the counters off. It's two for 1 on the actual board itself.
But not dead.
For sure, yeah. The game can continue at least.
Yes. So now Ouroboros number 2, and, well, we're heading into space, but... And most importantly, didn't play a land, and oh, boy... Let the space plant cook.
Now, is there no land?
There hasn't been. So if these Llanowar Elves could have been dealt with, you know, maybe we would have had some going on here. So David Boucher put to the test once again. Hired Claw, number 2. They do stack, so the Claw deals a couple damage. This will put us to speed 3. Was that the boat one, where the boat couldn't go that fast?
Sure.
Okay. All right, looks like we're going to boost up Hired Claw. No blocks here from Ouroboros, it looks like. So, you know, and another thing that would have been great here is if David had Witchstalker Frenzy. You know, attack with 2 creatures, deal 5 to the Ouroboros. That's the best answer you got.
Yeah, there are 2 Frenzy in the list, and that is a very important card in this matchup.
So good. It's also just great at 1 mana, deal 5 to your opponent's face if you have a Screaming Nemesis in play.
Yeah, Joseph's hand looks great here. Saw a flash of a Floodpits Drowner, which is phenomenal in this spot.
Ooh, yeah.
You know, just like play a few creatures here. The board's about to go into the Stratosphere, and things are going to be huge. 11 is, you know, with the Menace and the Double Strike, couple pings from Hired Claw here or there. We could see kind of a cheese out win.
And we'll change the math a little bit for you. I did see a Nova Hellkite in hand from David, so that's 4 more in the air.
Okay. So we're entering, you know, mono red cheese out territory where it's got to be kind of a cheeky win.
Yeah.
Where the board has become a lost cause.
Mono red is very good at these cheeky style of wins for sure.
Question, of course, here is when can Joseph start attacking, turn the corner? Doesn't want to leave too many draw steps. Do you want to play the Floodpits Drowner proactively and hit the actual counter on it? Just going to play a Beastbinder, going to wait a turn on the Drowner.
Now, 2 counters get added to everything. These Llanowar Elves are getting pretty swole. And wow, look at the respect. No attacks. Okay.
It's tough with the
shields are up.
With the Menace on the Bastronaut and the trigger up the Hired Claw. It is a Menace double striker. Potentially could be pumping in for a lot of damage next turn with the mana.
I think I'm attacking with 1, but I agree leaving a lot back. But you can't give mono red infinite time.
Agree. And honestly, like, is attacking with both Llanowar Elves insane? Like, just get it for 10. Block both Hired Claws, get it for 10 again, you know? So a lot of math to do here, a lot of kind of planning. What could next turn look like? What's my next turn look like?
Even attacking with all of them, all 3, having 1 blocker, you know you're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hellkite is probably the max you can take. You take 9. Like, attacking with all 3 I think is reasonable as well.
That's Bastronauts. It's 3, 6, 7, 8. It's 9.
It's not a lethal attack, and then Mono Red is bad at blocking. So if you put them in a spot where they have to block and enter kind of the air quote, the abyss, I think after doing the math there, I would have attacked with all of them. The best defense is a good offense here.
It's definitely risky.
Is it?
Yeah, Bastronaut, double strike, 2 triggers of the claws. The claws deal damage. Pumping the Bastronaut for double strike, maybe a combination with a burn
7,
spell.
8, 9. That's only 9 damage
Yeah.
if David plays land and taps out to do so, though.
Yeah, it's close. I mean, there's possible combo draws of like a Dreadmaw's Ire or
Yeah, I guess
whatever
Dreadmaw's
else.
Ire definitely changes the math on Bastronaut, right?
Yep.
So that could be 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, actually, 1 Ire would make it lethal with the Bastronaut. So, okay.
It's the Modest Dragon.
Just a very chill dragon. Here's a Hired Claw getting sent into combat like, hey, this is going to go well for me, right? Right?
He's like, boss, are you sure?
you sure you want to attack?
Those elves look pretty mean.
I know you paid me as a Hired Claw, but
Right.
Is this the best use of my attacking?
Like, those elves have been working out.
Yeah.
I'm just a little dude.
I'm just a little guy.
Yeah. All right, got to follow orders.
All right. Hired Claw is gone. Hellkite is warped away. Now can we piece together? You said you saw an Into the Floodmaw. So how does the math work with 1 blocker, Jim?
Sorry, not Floodmaw, a Flip Strider.
Ah, okay. Well, same thing. How does math work with 1 blocker?
So, I mean, +4, I think it's just lethal.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot, Corey. It's a lot of damage.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, so +4 to every, it's big number. Opponent dead.
Big number, plant space, next game.
Joseph win.
Wow, this is why we pay you the big bucks here. That is for sure. So looking from David Boucher's side, we have 2 Abrades, 1 Case of the Crimson Pulse. I love that card. 2 Fire Magic, 1 Obliterating Bolt, 2 Stingerback Terror, 4 Sunspine Links, and 2 Twisted Fealty. What do you like here?
It's interesting because the larger rule spell like Obliterating Bolt seems reasonable. The threatened effects are pretty good against Cauldron because they tend to have only a few small creatures. This Simic deck goes so wide and mostly on the ground that I'd be concerned with like there just being some random chump blocker around for the threatened effects. I don't love that. The Terror is like a little bit interesting as like just a big flyer to try and fly over, but I think for the most part it's just getting under. Land-wise here, 6 Forest and then a bunch of other non-basics. I think Sunspine Links could be a possible cheese that way, but I think it's most just removal spells in the main plan, honestly.
Yeah. Man, Sunspine Links just has never looked good. Like in this specific tournament. Just kind of thinking of the decks you play against, and I mean it's an incredible card. You play against back in the day playing against a Domain or whatever, it's the best card you could possibly have, but just not a lot of decks that make that card look amazing anymore.
It's just a pretty aggressive format.
Yeah, it really
where
is.
Decks are very proactive, and you can't really afford to just play a 4-drop that deals 4 to your opponent, in the mid-game. So
it's pretty decent, I guess, against Reanimator, control decks, stuff like that, but that's about it. So then from Joseph Hunt's side, we have 3 Dragon Snipers, 1 Flood Pits Drowner, 2 Insidious Fungus, 1 Keen-Eyed Curator, 4 Repulsive Mutation, 1 Spell Pierce, 1 Tishana's Tidebinder, and 2 Unable to Scream. What do you like from this side?
A lot of good ones here. We saw how effective Dragon Sniper was in Killing Pastor's match. Card's phenomenal here. It's so good with Jackal.
Yeah.
If you're ever able to have the turn 2 double sniper, I don't know how red beats that. It's just phenomenal. Drowner's great. Unable to Scream.
And we saw that from Kellen here last round or the round before or whatever, right?
Was great.
Yeah, it was.
Unable to Scream, a good answer to Nemesis. A lot of great tools for Joseph here. I think Joseph is in very good shape.
Absolutely. And if you want to be in good shape and keep your collection in as good of shape as possible, you should sell your cards to us. Sell your cards to Star City Games, and you'll have a couple options here, Jim. You can get some cash if you want. That's awesome as well. But, Jim, walk us through the better option, I would say.
30% trade bonus. All right? You're buying more Magic cards anyway. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to Corey. All right? So you get that 30% bonus, and then you're buying cards in the future. It's like you're getting paid to sell your cards, which is awesome. So I like to have a bankroll with Star City at all times. I sell some cards in. Then when I go to an event, and I say, hey, I need 4 Ouroboros for my cool Simic deck. Go to the booth, 4 Ouroboros, put it on my tab, please.
Yeah, they put Jim to the front of the line, too. If Jim's in the back, like waving his hand, be like, hey, that guy has an account with us. Get him up here. Get him up here. All right, that part's not true, but everything else
not true at all.
Is very true. We actually make Jim wait longer.
That is true.
Yeah, but that 30% trade-in bonus when you get that store credit does not expire, stays on your account link it to your email. Very convenient. You can. I'm lucky enough to live in Roanoke, so I buy the cards. I pick it up when I go to film Commander Versus, but they can also ship them to you as well. So any of that kind of stuff. Good on you, SCG. Sell your cards.starcitygames.com or use that QR code if you want to get more information. And back into the game we go, Jim.
Yeah, super convenient at events,
Yeah.
Just hop into an event. Oh, cool. Pop over to the booth, sell some stuff. And then once you have the bankroll, you never need to think about it. You just like, I need cards. Cool. I'm going to buy them.
Yeah.
So.
And do what I do. I just have Jim's email address written down here in my phone, and I go up to him. I just say, hey, I'm Jim Davis. I have a big bankroll. I'd like an Ouroboros. And they just say, here you go, Mr. Jim.
That is also not true. Your store credit is safe and sound with StarCityGames.com. They are very responsible. They make you check. They even make me check ID.
Yeah.
Here I am. They know who I am. I'm working the shows and stuff. Like, nope. Got to check that ID. Make sure you are who you say you are, so I can make sure you're on the right credits. Don't listen to Corey. He's trying to mislead you.
Jim, I hate to have you find out this way, but check your wallet, buddy.
That's illegal. That's not a joke. That's just a crime, Corey.
All right. Okay. So I should not have said that on air. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
No, you shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Don't lecture me, Dad.
It's not admitting to the crime that's the problem. It's doing the crime.
Okay. I'm now seeing the error of my ways. Here is your ID back. That's on me.
Thanks, bud.
All right, players looking at their hands. Looks like we got David starting it off. That's a lot of mountains, but maybe not too many. I think I saw 3 or 4. 4 is probably, that's the sweet spot, right? Like anywhere from 2 to 4, you're fine with it. But 4, you can't just have like 3 burst lightnings, right? You got to have some goods.
I think 4 is the tipping point.
Is it too much?
I think I'm not thrilled with 4. If it's 3 mountains and a rock face village or a soulstone sanctuary, cool. But I think that when you're at the 4 mountain range, you're really risking drawing like land 5 and land 6 and being pretty unhappy. It's dependent. Is my hand double Screaming Nemesis? I want to make sure I really hit my land drops to cast those. Is there a dragon in my hand? But it's close.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do a live look-in here while we get that mulligan sorted out. We got Jesse on the bottom and Joseph on the top. This is a Cauldron Mirror, but both players at X and 1. These are the leaders of the tournament kind of playing for that top spot with Joseph up a game here over Jesse.
Yeah, just early turns, development, Yep. These are cards we're pretty familiar with at this point.
These players playing pretty fast. They have been around. Been around here. Joseph actually started the day off by dethroning the leader of the tournament, Oliver Tomiko. And Oliver Tomiko, no slouch. So being able to get that is good. Meanwhile, on our main match, looks like you see a 5 down there. So,
That's not good.
That's not great.
No, it's not great. And you see the speed they're playing at here. This is a familiarity thing. When the format is centered around one deck and you're playing a mirror, you've played this mirror a lot.
Yeah.
There's a level of familiarity here. You know everything your opponent's doing. You know everything you're doing. It's time to play chess. Just kind of like move your pieces and try and win.
Yeah, when you're both playing the same pieces, essentially, that is kind of the case. So early stages of this game, we're going to jump back to our main. We'll keep an eye on that one. And here we go. David starting it off with the claw.
Big smile from Joseph here. When I mulligan to 5, I don't smile that much. So.
No. See, I take the next step. I just don't mulligan to 5.
That's smart.
I miss my second land drop on 6 and be on my way.
With a smile.
Yeah. And then I go to Star City Games and I sell that deck because I'm now out of contention. All right, Hired Claw's natural enemy, the sniper, coming down. And
Ooh.
Whoa!
This is about as good as it gets for David.
Yes. Anytime you can go 1-drop, turn 2, double 1-drop, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, the classic triple 1-drop on the play draw.
Pretty good.
The bane of Magic players everywhere.
Yeah, it's especially on the draw. So let's see what the follow-up is here. Simic doesn't have a great catch-up, of like going, all right, land, removal spell on one of these claws, deal with the other one later.
Yeah, very much a blocking matchup.
Yeah.
And the Simic deck does block pretty well. There's a lot of stats, a lot of numbers, some good vigilance creatures as well, but not from this far behind.
Yes. I do love that blocking is now allowed again. When your opponent had Monstrous Rage, blocking felt very, very difficult. So, no. All right, I lied. There is a removal spell plus a Llanowar. That was a great turn. Both players having the triple 1-drop draw. Let's go.
Yeah, now the downside here is that Unable to Scream is usually earmarked for a Screaming Nemesis.
Yes.
It's having to use it here on this Hired Claw is functional and kind of necessary given how behind
That's great.
Joseph was at the start. But now the fear is a Nemesis this turn would be pretty ugly.
Yeah. Hired Claw coming in. Only 1 damage. It loses all the abilities. It's unable to do any screaming. And, that's the sign of, hey, I'm kind of flooded. But a Burst Lightning as well. Pretty solid. Good managing of resources from David. And boom, there is Sirach.
It's the Hunter.
It's a good card.
Yes, and again, just sizing,
Yeah.
No counter spells here, of course, but the rule spell, we'll see a card draw for Joseph, which is great.
Yeah.
And, David's clock is not the best at the moment.
Yeah. And there it is. Getting them both in there.
So it is not a lizard. I don't think that actually does anything.
That doesn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
But, nah. Hey, I attack with my grazers every once in a while.
It makes the little thunk sound.
Yeah, you love that
I
thud
do
sound.
like
It is nice. Ouroborid.
So
4 mana, 2/4.
really powerful card, but the naked Babora board here on the empty board is a little less impressive. Just as 2/4 currently.
The Hired Claw can take it down. All right, Challenger, if there's any good follow-up here.
Is it time for Dreadmozire?
Oh, or Witchstalker's Frenzy. That's one reason to attack with the thing. So, yeah. So this is, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage?
Looks
just
good
lethal? Okay, close game. Close game. Wait, isn't that lethal?
I think it was lethal.
Maybe life totals are wrong.
We're 1 short. I think you already counted the damage from the Hired Claw.
4, 5. Oh, yes. Yeah. So was at 8, but yeah, whatever.
Effectively lethal, yeah. So that was, a mulligan of 5 for Joseph on the draw against a almost perfect hand from David. It's mono red.
Yeah.
Tip your hat sometimes. Say, okay, cool. I'll be game 3 in the play.
Cool. So we'll pull up the sideboards here again and see if there's any big changes that we want here. Probably not, right?
Yeah, I don't really think so. For the most part, just the same idea. I could see maybe on the draw, mono red maybe wanted to go a hair bigger, because you can't rely on the pure, full-on aggression.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't even like it. The terror or the fealty or some kind of big effect, but I don't really think so. Just go fast and do your thing.
Do fast and do your thing. And we want to give a huge thank you for our sponsors doing their thing at supporting Paper Magic tournaments, supporting competitive Magic. So just a huge thank you to our sponsors, both Beckett and Dragon Shields. Best in the business at what they do. Beckett's been around forever at grading all your really, really nice fancy cards, whether you got some old ones, you got some serialized cards, any of those kind of things. Get those cards graded. Use Beckett. They're very, very respected within the community and really do some nice work, as well as Dragon Shield. I've sleeved up so many decks in Dragon Shields. They are really one of the leaders in the industry, so big shout out to them for supporting Paper Magic. Looking in here, Oliver playing down here against Ian Barber. I believe we do have 3 10-1, so if Oliver wins, there'll be 2 players at X and 1. If Oliver falls, we'll have 1 leader of the tournament, and that is the other match we took a live look in. So this is the very tippy top of the tournament, and no surprise, 4 Cauldron decks comprise them.
It's also possible where there could be 2 10-1s and they've both played each other already. Which is
Yes.
fun, and that makes that's where the standings start to get a little awkward in pairings in the later rounds.
A little wonky.
Yeah, where players have already played each other, so you have to pay multiple pair downs here and there. Things get a little wild.
Yeah, it's always fun. So Oliver using that removal spell to kill a big Mako, but here comes a 4/4 Scholar. And, wouldn't recommend discarding a Vivi now. That's probably the only thing I wouldn't recommend here for Ian, as we can just chomp that up from Oliver's side. But, hey, still, Prof's Scholar, Vigilance damage that scales up is pretty good. So Oliver will need to find something. But looks like our main match is ready to go. We're going to peek back in and see the dramatic conclusion. Looks like both players kept their hand.
Both players know 1-drops.
Love it.
A little different than last game. I think that favors Joseph here. All right, so Joseph here, of course, respecting a removal spell from David, deciding what to deploy. Looking to the stars for help here, like that.
Yep.
Is Ouroborid up there somewhere? Or?
If you see Ouroboros when you look up, it's already too late, Jim.
Yeah, it most certainly is.
The tentacles are already there.
Yep.
But wait, is this a missed land drop from David?
I don't think so. They just turned 2 on the play for Joseph, right?
Okay. All right. Yep. I got lost in the sauce where we were at.
So passing back. So this is kind of Joseph saying, I don't have a card that doesn't die to the Burst Lightning.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to play it.
Okay.
You know, it might be Flood Pitch Drowner, but very, very different pacing than last game.
Very much so.
That's why Magic's so great, honestly. You know, we're two same decks, same matchup. Last game and this game completely different based on this texture of the game.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is going to be the interesting spot. I still think people do not utilize enough the just ambush block. People didn't play Ambush Viper back in the day, and it shows. Just get that creature in there, block the 2/2 prowess creature. If you're doing this, maybe that's different.
Yeah,
but
there's some value. Like, the Simic deck really wants bodies in play.
Yeah.
You know, bodies for Ouroboros, bodies for Innkeeper's Talent. Like, it's very relevant. You know, Navadriver's going to grow out of sizing or whatever here, too, which is great.
Yeah.
I think that talent, I guess it is it technically technical?
It's technically level 2.
Okay,
yeah.
sure. That's
yeah.
right. So,
Joseph doing it right for the first time ever. And now we'll see if you block. This is also brutal. I feel like Screaming Nemesis is pretty much just unblockable in this matchup.
yeah, for sure. You know, this is where the Drowners and the Unable to Screams come into play. Or board here would be quite powerful.
Yeah.
Get that extra counter on it, get up to 5 toughness.
Yep.
Definitely, the no 1-drop from either side, it changes the texture of the game a lot.
It definitely does. Now, maybe David had the ability to kill a Llanowar anyways, so maybe it's better for Joseph. As we kind of look at the hand there, got some goods. I see an Abrade. I think I saw the pump spell, the Dreadmaw's Ire.
Draw in the ire.
Oh, it's just artifact, not enchantment too. I was gonna say, ooh, that could be good.
Yeah, most is a bad Monstrous Rage here.
Yeah. Hey, Monstrous Rage never destroyed a cauldron. Not even if there's a fire.
It also, though, in a matchup so predicated on blocking, a bad Monstrous Rage is still pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that is a card that got removed from the format for a reason. It was very good. I mean, what? Last Pro Tour was Standard. All of the copies were in the top 8, I believe, of Monstrous Rage. So, very, very strong Magic card for sure.
I'm still a bit of a Monstrous Rage apologist.
Yeah. I did like figuring out combat math. That was very fun with it.
Yeah, I just love the idea of a pump spell being one of the better cards in the format.
Yeah.
I think it also is a card that you board out sometimes. You know, it was certainly matchup, dependent at time and stuff. So I get it, but Beastbinder also a great answer to Nemesis.
Yeah. Yeah, really good. So what happens if you attack? Like, it just kind of shut off, right?
Yes, the Nemesis will be its vanilla 2/2 until your next turn cycles, even when they attack with it, which is great.
Okay. So plays a land untapped, huh? Took 2 damage. The one thing I love to do there, and it's so minor, and maybe this doesn't even make that much sense. If I know I'm going to have an untapped land, I use that land, or I play that right away, and whatever spell I'm going to cast, I use it with. So then it doesn't look as obvious.
Right.
Does that even really make sense, the perception of it?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
You shock at a land, play a spell,
yeah,
and then later in a turn, you just say go. It doesn't feel as dramatic as, like, shock in this land and say go, I don't got nothing.
Exactly. It really just screams, hey, I'm going to do something. But honestly, if I don't have anything and I don't have anything to do, I'll do it that way. Like perception is a minor thing, but everything helps in a game of competitive Magic.
I think those are the small edges that the really good players get.
Yeah.
Where you've been playing for a long time, you just have a really good feel for what the cadence of a game is.
Yeah.
There's a certain rapport between you and your opponent where you're kind of playing, you're in this rhythm of back and forth, and knowing what like the inflection points are like that, of what can break that rapport, or what can use that rapport to your advantage is important. Hello, Dragon Time.
Okay, Nova Hellkite. And going to combat, it looks like. This feels like a face-up Drowner to me from Joseph, but maybe not.
I mean, it almost has to be, I feel like.
Yeah. What else could it be?
A lot of potential damage coming across here.
Repulsive Mutation, I guess it could be as well, but yep, there it is. Flood Pit's Drowner.
It's a tough call. So if you tap the Hellkite, you're wasting a stun counter. You tap the Nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
You are using a stun counter, taking 1 more damage in the air. Gonna tap the Hellkite.
Yeah.
So perhaps,
prevent 4 damage.
Yeah.
We're in a pool of drowners, letting these bodies hit the floor. And here comes Nemesis coming on in.
All right.
And here comes Hired Claw.
I think I would have tapped the Nemesis. Like, having a Nemesis tap down for next turn just feels so nice for 1 extra point of damage.
I mean, you can see that Hellkite, though. It's tapped. Sure. Pretty good.
It's true. All right, Boroid time. Let's get huge.
Okay, but I mean, with this many Vigilance threats, being able to play offense and defense here is incredible.
But it's hard to play defense against the Nemesis.
I mean, you just turn it into a 2-2 now, right?
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Good catch.
Your Nemesis is now your friend.
Honestly, though, even then, I would rather leave a Nemesis stunned and hit one of the other creatures and make it a 2-2.
And just be at 1 less life, essentially?
Yeah, 1 less life, turn off the Challenger effect, turn off the Hired Claw effect. I mean, upgrading the Hired Claw to 2-2 isn't necessarily ideal, but...
Yeah, when my opponent has the trample pump spells, I'm definitely managing as much as I can, so... I think it's reasonable because the math with mono red normally, you're just like, okay, I know what the best thing you can do, land, burst lightning me, double lightning strike, maybe Hellkite plus lightning strike. Those kind of math is pretty easy when that's the stock mono red things you have to deal with. But when you add trample and, +2/+2, it can get a little trickier. Not necessarily when your battlefield looks like this where the old space plant is taken over.
I think the converse of that, though, is the turning off prowess on Challenger and then turning off the possible free card off Challenger, too.
Yeah.
It's probably worth 1 point of damage.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right, I've now come around. I agree with you.
Yes.
Dang it. hate to do it, y'all, but had to agree with Jim on this one.
Yeah, and that is a lot of power. The Vigilance here, it's kind of funny. This is like a Vigilance theme deck at this point. But very potent with all of his power and toughness on both offense and defense.
A Vigilance theme deck. Wow. Yep. What a boring theme if you had to build a theme deck. Be like, I built an all Vigilance deck. You're like, you got it, bud.
Simic Vigilance.
Yes. Can we get that deck name changed to Simic Vigilance?
Nick. Yeah. Calling that Nick of a sideboard.
He's not listening to us, but I guarantee even if he was, he would be not listening to us.
Oh, shaking his head in total dismay.
100%.
Yep. Big thanks to Nick Miller of Sideboard. He's always over there working his butt off.
And anybody who names their deck Simic Vigilance, he has to correct them. So we do not want to encourage that behavior at all. That is not cool.
Please don't do that.
Yeah. Okay, is that a Twisted Fealty? Does that change any math? You can take Ouroborid, and then you get the pumps.
Yes, you can.
Oh, my goodness. The math equation has changed. And there's a Lightning Strike and a Dreadmaw's Ire. Wait, what if you steal Ouroborid and then pump it?
You give it trample?
Yeah, but that will also pump how many counters you put on everything else, right?
Isn't Ire a attacking creature? I think it has to already be attacking.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's put Dreadmaw's Ire up there. Target attacking creature gets +2/+2. Yep, you're totally right.
Yeah, so that would be awesome, though.
That would be so awesome.
My monstrous rage. Where are you?
Yes.
Come back for just this one turn.
But I mean, still, being able to put trample on a creature, you take Ouroborid, and then you have 4 attacking creatures. And whichever one doesn't get blocked, maybe you pump that way. Either way, things are about to get dicey.
Yeah, it's +4 to everything.
Yeah.
So, although the funny part is, though, you are giving Joseph an extra Ouroborid pump on the Ouroborid. So next turn, the Ouroborid's even bigger, but at 1 life, I guess everything's lethal.
Oh, yeah, because what? You get a roll or something? It's cursed?
You get a Wicked roll.
Wicked roll. Okay, so tap the 1 because you had to pay Ward 1. So a Wicked roll, that makes it bigger, so now it's 5 counters on everything.
Yes.
What does the Wicked roll do again?
When it dies, your opponent loses 1.
Okay. So now 5 counters on everything. I don't know. So if you block 3 of the creatures, I guess the smallest one is going to be Hired Claw. You let that one go. So no matter what, you take 1 from Hired Claw. That puts Joseph down to 11. Then the Hired Claw deals 6. So that puts Joseph down to 5. Then does... Oh, that's not even a pump. It's a Braid and Lightning Strike. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's just the math that I did there.
Yeah, so the ward there on the Innkeeper's Talent really mucking things up here.
It really did. So it would have only been +3. I think even without the ward, there was not lethal, but with David at 1, this is a I'm dead, and...
Please don't block or screw up.
Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's funny because, like, even if all 3 blockers die here, Joseph just gets the aura board back. It's actually
Yes.
100 million.
I believe it is 100 million. So, wait, that's 10. Oh, my. You blocked in such a way that the pump spell would actually be lethal?
Wow.
8, 9, 10.
You have 8, 9, 10.
The pump spell would have done it, or burst lightning. I feel like that is the only block you should not have done. Right? Because if you leave Hired Claw, you just don't die to 8 extra cards in your opponent's deck that are confirmed in there.
Close. Gotta be tense for Joseph here. We can see the hands. Joseph, of course, cannot.
Yeah, maybe Joseph has not committed yet. Wait, does Wicked roll, like, say you can't block or something?
Nope.
Is it Menace?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Guys.
Just wasn't there, and yes, I love it. David made Joseph sweat. But, yeah, that is going to be Joseph.